Welcome to the Nyancast. I'm Jim,
I'm Sam.
and today we have a special bonus episode to
Because
bring
we
you.
saw Your Name
Your
in
Name.
theaters.
Yes.
We saw a week ago, so we're kind of late recording this.
Yeah.
But
We haven't had time to meet up and record.
we're kind of letting it soak in also.
Yeah.
Because it was really good.
We both really liked it. I actually loved it.
I thought it was pretty damn good. My favorite animated movies, and I still have,
Yes.
but I don't have much for Japanese animated movies on my
In your repertoire.
Because I haven't seen I haven't seen
Any of the Miyazaki
No.
movies, which I just cannot believe.
Well, we tried watching one of them, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, someone got sick, so we couldn't finish. We have a very bad luck. It's almost like a curse with the Miyazaki movies. Every time we try and put one on, something bad happens, or we have to stop watching it. So we made it like 40% through Spirited Away.
We made it 30,
which is my favorite.
We made it like 45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, which is great.
But something comes up with someone.
Yeah.
All right, so anyone who doesn't know lives under a rock about this movie.
Yeah.
Should we just read the description of it then?
Sure.
So not because any trailer does not spoil anything about this movie, and the description's pretty good too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, one thing we're going to talk about is halfway into this, we're going to go to spoiler talk, but the first half we're going to talk non-spoilers.
Might put a timestamp in there. So.
Or after when I'm editing, I'll just go in and say.
Spoilers begin at 13 minutes and 30 seconds.
In a very, very seductive voice.
Alright, so if you want to read the...
The story is set 1 month after a comet has fallen for the first time in 1,000 years in Japan. Mitsuha, a high school girl living in the countryside, wants to live in the city because she is tired of the life in the country. Then there's Taki, a high school student living in Tokyo with his friends while working as a part-timer at an Italian restaurant. He also has a strong interest in fine arts involving architecture. One day, Mitsuha dreams of herself as a young man. On the other hand, Taki also has a dream where he's a female student attending high school in the countryside. What's the secret behind their dreams? ? And there's no spaghetti punching in an Italian restaurant.
Unfortunately, there's nothing nearly as good as the JoJo episode in an Italian restaurant.
But if only they had stands, we would have been 20 out of 10.
Yeah, right. So yeah, as that synopsis kind of gives away, and if you saw the first trailer, you probably are aware that it's a body swap movie.
Yeah. The first thing they show off is if you saw just the trailer, you would think it's just a body swap movie.
Yeah, which we won't get into spoilers yet because we're not there, but the movie really does go for it really takes the idea of a body swap movie and brings it to a new level.
Oh, maybe starting a new body swap craze. Just we had that video game reality craze a year
that's
back.
Still happening.
It's still happening.
Yeah, we're
Sword Art, Log Horizon,
even ReZero, even though it's not a video game,
they do a lot of different.
The world is very much like a video game.
Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon also kind of uses video game. Even though it's not a video game world, it's kind of based off what an MMO would be.
Konosuba is too, and in Konosuba Konosuba is taking the piss out of all this though.
Yeah.
And with that they even mention you have stat cards.
Yeah, same thing with the One Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. They had stats that their leader can go over with you, and your abilities you would get with them and everything.
I think there's a name for it. The trope has a name in Japanese, I forget, but it's trapped in another world.
Yeah, I think for your dot hack was the real
that was the progenitor
one.
of it.
Yeah, and there's also one that came out at the same time, Sword Art, but Sword Art was just that way more popular, get kind of got shafted. I forget what it's called, but
I'm not aware.
There was another one like that, but it got shafted because Sword Art went insane.
Wasn't Sword Art. Yeah, which for the record, I find Sword Art Online boring. I never got into it.
Watch Sword Art Abridged. It's 20 times better and gives character to everyone more. Everyone a lot more.
What, you're saying that Sword Art characters don't have character?
You literally just watch the clip of the main character just getting slashed by 20 different people and not taking any damage.
Yeah, that actually made it that far in the show.
That sums it up.
That was one of the scenes I was just what is happening? There's no threat to this.
There's no threat to the main character.
Kirito is just invincible.
And then he drops a little lolly. And it's even worse.
I've heard so much more about what happens later, and he loves this lolly AI.
He makes a robot.
Yeah, it's so weird. He's 14 years old, but he wants to be a dad.
Well, Jim, they don't get cat avatars until at least one of them get cat avatars until second season, so we can't go into detail.
We could do Sword Art.
I already seen all Sword Art.
I know, but I can just watch one episode.
If you really want to go through that pain.
I think it'd be really funny, actually.
But you don't get that.
Everyone loves to shit on Sword Art.
Until you get the second season. I'm pretty sure what's his Mother Basement beat that horse enough. So.
Yeah.
Like, we also need to beat the horse even more.
Oh, we just got to get on it. That's how we get all
I want to beat a horse.
those views.
I want to beat that horse.
The horse is like...
Unless it's a rape horse from Berserk, but...
We're not talking about Berserk.
There's no cat girls in Berserk right there?
There probably is. There's cute little...
I haven't gotten into it that far yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm not... Oh, you started reading it?
I know a little bit of it, but, like, I'm still, like, almost on One Piece.
I haven't read any... I haven't read for...
All right.
Yeah, this is a digression.
Talking about
things that we like, but something I liked more was...
Your Name?
Your Name, because it was a great movie.
Nice segue. Sick segue, man.
I would like to talk about the visuals of this movie.
It was like, beautiful.
Yeah, it was just... Like, there were certain scenes that... Like, the city was illustrated in such a cool way. Like, they did time-lapse shots of Tokyo.
Like, his
in animation, that was beautiful.
When he was drawing, like, his architecture stuff, like the pencil lines or never looked like a real pencil line so much to anything else.
Yeah, that was
like,
an amazing detail.
I've never been impressed by pencil lines in a fucking animation thing.
Yeah, that and... I love that detail. There's also a part when he's erasing the paper and it gets all crinkled, and it was, like, how paper really crinkled. It was just a really... important detail that makes the world just feel even more like real.
Pay attention to how like paper works, man. Some quality like effort, man.
Without spoilers, there's one sequence near the I think it was near the end of the movie where there's kind of like a dream like it just, the one character just kind of has like a trip sort of thing, and it goes into like a whole different art style where I don't know if like the outlines were thinner, but it was beautiful. Like the colors were really vibrant and everything was flying around. It was just spectacular.
Also, the CG they use is really well done too.
Yes, very good use of CG, which I don't like normally.
Not like that horrifying CG show about zoo girls you try to make me watch.
But Kimono Friends is a treasure.
That like made my eye literally throw up.
I feel like that's gonna be our white whale. We're gonna watch Kimono Friends eventually.
I really don't. That's like so bad for like the 5 minutes you showed me of it.
We didn't even make it to 5 minutes. We did it like 2 minutes.
You start skipping throughout the entire episode and literally nothing actually happened the entire episode. But apparently you say people love it.
Yeah, it's like the biggest thing in Japan.
But like,
people are obsessed
if you want your eyes to throw up, watch that. If you want like your eyes to cry in beauty, watch Your Name.
Yeah, Your Name. The settings were beautiful. All of the like wide background. The backgrounds were just
countryscape.
Gorgeous. Every background was just amazing. I don't know how many backgrounds there were in this film, but they were beautiful.
A lot. It felt like a lot.
Yeah, there were so many. Like everyone just was like drawn with such detail and care.
Yeah, everyone had a unique look. Not like no one really followed like as like background characters.
Yeah,
really looking. Everyone kind of had their own like look. These are the important characters.
Even Taki's friends, who were the most like generic characters, they still had like personality in their designs, and
they did. Should we talk about like how the animation was for the dancing scene that we just had an obsession with?
Yes. Okay.
Right. Is that a spoiler?
No, it's not. It's shortly in the beginning, but there's a part where what's her face, Mitsuha, and her younger sister they're like shrine maidens, and they do this dance for this like ceremony where they like chew
Kamsaki.
Yeah. They chew sake and they spit it out, and then it ferments, and that's like this kimukuze sake or whatever.
Something like that, but then it's just like disgusting looking.
Yeah, it was very well animated, her like spitting the sake out, but it was beautiful. But the dance scene of them dancing was like it was like animated on like ones. It was beautiful. Like they couldn't. It looked like CG. It was so fluid.
It comes like it was so fluid coming out of the mouth.
It was so gross. Which I like. There was one detail where some of the other high school students saw her doing that, like spitting the sake out or spitting the rice, chewed up rice, and they were like, "Ew, that's gross." I was like, "Okay, thank God, characters in this movie think it's gross. I'm not just a weird foreigner."
Got that weird like Western thing.
Yeah.
Where we just like chew hops and like spit it out.
It's the first virgin girl was to chew it.
It's like in Stardew where I can just like preserve a hops and then like it makes like pickled hops that you can eat.
Ew. Sounds disgusting.
You can do that with
sounds like something Japanese would like.
Every vegetable you can do in Stardew Valley, you can just
pickle it. But yeah, anything else about Your Name before we go into spoiler talk?
Everything we can talk about, like the plot wise, could go into spoilers.
Yeah.
So, like,
I think if you are going to, if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. We have not spoiled anything that's like major. The movie is an amazing journey. It's really great.
Best movie, honestly, a great date movie.
It'd be a great date movie. I think that's why it did so well. Oh, we didn't mention this movie was like the best performing movie ever in Japan, and like it broke records all over East Asia.
It's the third I think this one was the third or fourth highest grossing anime film in America.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
The first two you can probably guess. Can you guess?
Spirited Away.
No.
Really?
Pokemon the first movie, and then Pokemon 2000.
Wow.
And then I think either Your Name or Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, then it was Your Name was like 3 or 4.
Huh.
So.
Well, that's so funny to think that Pokemon is like that big of a cultural
I'm
impact.
not sure the Pokemon movie was made in Japan first. I'm not entirely sure about
it did.
that.
The Pokemon movie came out. I looked this up like a few months ago.
And
it came out a year before,
mm-hmm.
and then Pokemon 2000 actually came out in 1999 in Japan. But in America, it came out in the year 2000. That's why they called it.
But no anime movie made me tear up more than since Pokemon the first movie as a child. That movie, man.
I don't really remember. I remember getting my free Pokemon card when I saw
the
it.
Metal or the Mew card, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I remember that. The part with Pikachu trying to get Ash to wake up. That was already killed me as a kid, man.
My mom says that when she took me to see that movie, there's a part in the beginning where Pokemon just does a weird thing where
weird adventure opening short movie thing.
I don't know. It might have been that, but there's a part where there was a million Jigglypuffs on the screen all singing and
every between each transition they have
they do those weird transition things, and my mom looked around because she knew what Pokemon was because she watched it when I was a little kid, but all the parents around were like, what the hell is this? What is my kid watching? They just took their kid to this movie, which I thought was really funny.
The transitions were fucking trippy as hell.
All right, so I think we should talk about the spoilers.
Do you want to talk about your movie experience or anything first?
Oh, yeah, okay, let's talk about, before we get into spoilers.
That wasn't nearly as bad when I saw Power Rangers.
No, yeah, so a week prior.
That was probably wasn't that bad compared to my Power Ranger experience.
No, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, Sam we went and saw Power Rangers 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that. Because, me being the giant fan I am. Unfortunately, I sit next to this, the middle, 34-year-old dude with his girlfriend, cracking, trying to crack jokes, and his phone was on vibrate in the cup holders. You hear zzz, very loud.
Phone was full brightness too,
and the asshole comments on everything or
he kept making fart noises with his mouth, hoping that people would laugh, and no one laughed. It was not funny.
I wanted to punch. I never wanted to punch someone. I was hoping the movie people would go in there and yell at him because I'm not people who go.
I should have just gone and said something because I don't care too much about that movie. I mean, I liked it actually. That's a whole nother.
Everyone liked it because they didn't expect much. That's why people like that movie.
But compared to that, so we saw this movie in pretty empty theater. There was maybe a fourth of it full.
Yeah.
It was a smaller theater.
Yeah, it wasn't a big theater.
And there were these they had to have been teenage girls next to us. And the
weebs.
they were definitely weebs. They were going on their Tumblr later, and they were going to write about this movie and how
they're going to write them Rule 34
and how much they want to transform into a boy and then find their soulmate. But this one girl was screaming the whole time. Anytime anything drastic or romantic happened or heart wrenching, she was she started gasping, and there's a part where she literally something happy happened halfway through, and she started flailing around and hitting her friend. I was like, this is not I was getting very mildly annoyed. It didn't ruin the experience for me, but it was ugh.
Hey man, we could have seen the Boss Baby instead if you really wanted to. It didn't bother you that much.
Well, I cried at the Boss Baby. It was a very emotional ending.
Yeah, and the Boss Baby ascended.
The Boss Baby sacrificed himself. He was revealed
to be God and playing with the family to see if they were worthy of living.
And they failed. And they failed.
Because
they ate the baby.
They ate the. All right, so spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler talk. It will begin now.
Spoiler warning.
I thought that the whole reveal that time travel was a whole part of the movie was awesome.
Yeah.
And it elevated the movie for me from just being a generic body swap movie, which it did really well. Mm-hmm. The first part of it, the first 40 minutes or so when it's just a body swap movie. It's not a body
swap until a man grabs the girl's boobs.
So the first scene.
Yeah, first scene.
They go through all the beats of a body swap movie in the first 20 minutes, and then the next 20 minutes you just get to learn these characters and it's so cool how quick they get.
So the movie's kind of the first half of the movie is about the girl, and then the second half is more so about the guy.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of the other guy, the people in there, but it's mainly focus switches between the two.
Yeah.
Halfway through the movie.
It seemed to when it was focused on one character, it would stay on them for a while. And I mean the body. The beginning, the very first scene is the girl. Is Taki in Mitsuru's body, but then it goes to a flash forward of the next day, and it's from that point on it's only her for a very long period of time.
Yeah. And
then it goes back to him and him for a long period of time. It's I liked how it kind of segmented it. It was almost like the days, how they were stuck in each other's body for a day.
Yeah, it's the story takes place a month,
yeah, kind of about a month I think is what they, because the whole thing with the the comet is kind of like the beginning and the
All right,
end
should
of
we
it.
try to describe the plot of the second half? Then?
Oh yeah, sure.
So the bias off like the first half, but like so he goes to go find her, and he finds out that the town where she lived at was hit by the comet that came down like 3 years ago, and just wiped out the entire town, and like she was one of the victims.
Yeah,
and,
killed her, all her friends.
Everyone he met basically died in the comet. So like, so now he's just trying to like freak out, and, like want to like he's trying to see her again or like.
Yeah, see what he can do to like save her from dying, even though because the thing is she's 2 years in the past from him, so they were
3.
Oh, 3 is whatever. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they were like not only were they body swapping, they were also time traveling.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool twist.
Even though the one thing plot hole they could look at the phone because they had their phones.
Yes.
They leave a diaries like on their phone about what they did, like tips to each other and everything.
That's one of the most fun scenes when they're writing all the things like don't touch, don't grope yourself, don't look at yourself naked.
And then. But yeah, they they don't look at the phone. Like I'm pretty sure that if you can see the date like on your phone, no matter like how much you look at, especially when you're trying to investigate what's going on. Like
I actually thought about that.
I think you go into school. You write dates.
And they're going to school. Well, I actually thought about that, but like when I turn my phone on, it doesn't say the year.
It doesn't say year, but
you have to go in if you go into your diary.
But I'm pretty sure you go to school though. You probably have to hear the date.
Yeah, you'd have to write it down probably.
So
I think the way this is the kind of movie where you can't really think about the plot holes because you almost get by.
That's the only one I really had that I really thought of. But.
Yeah, I think that's the most glaring one. The thing is it's more about the emotional experience and that's such a good reveal because you don't know the year and because that if everyone was logical in a movie then there would be no story.
I want my gritty realistic body swap movie. Time traveling body swap.
My realistic time traveling body swap movie.
Can't wait to get it done in America.
Yeah, I can't wait for the American remake of this.
People are gonna complain about whitewashing.
It's gonna be.
They're gonna complain everything about.
What do you think the allegory for the sake is gonna be?
They're gonna chew hops.
They're gonna
chew hops.
Oh, you made this delicious beer out of your spit.
It's called Back to the Past.
Samurai Jack.
Back to the Past hops beer.
Yes.
Or Or they find they go to the liquor store and buy stock. There's a special brand of last one there, expensive. When you
instead of going to the underground cave, he goes to the liquor store and buys stock.
He finds a secret.
Or buys the beer.
Yeah, because it's fermenting in the back of the liquor store that no one wants to buy.
Oh, that's good. You should go to Hollywood. I think you could write a screenplay adaptation.
Hey man, he's like Ghost in the Shell. Hey, I'm gonna write the Sword Art movie when they do that, and the Attack on Titan movie.
Well, I don't know if you're aware.
They are.
There's a Sword Art TV show coming out.
I thought it was a movie.
I think last time I heard it recently was a TV show, and they said they're fast tracking it, so they're gonna rush that shit.
Oh, I can't. I'm ready. I'm already halfway through.
So bad.
I said 20% more tentacles, and her name's gonna be Asuna Washington.
Do you think they would do rape in?
They don't.
In America TV show? Because that's apparently a big thing in
second half of the first season.
So disgusting.
Let's talk about Sword Art.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These people came for something better.
I can rant about Sword Art later. But yeah, okay, so he goes to because he had the whole vision of leaving her Kamasaki in a specific rock area. So he goes there to make sure it wasn't just a dream or a hallucination or anything like that.
Yeah, because the more time they spend away from each other, the more of they forget their names. They forget.
That was the last thing he did, I think, as her was leave the Kamasaki. I think, right?
I think you're right. I forget.
Because
it would make sense.
To that one, she was wanted to go on the date or some with the one girl who worked with him.
What else?
And then what's it called? So he drinks. So he goes there. He drinks up Kamasaki so she can be to have a part of her in him. I guess.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's gross. you phrase it that way. I think it was. He wanted to see if it was a last chance at.
Well, another thing is I think the grandmom said it was you leave a piece of yourself in.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It just when it's phrased that way, it's kind of gross.
So he gets put back the day before the day of the comet thing into her body. So
he does that hilarious plan where he finds a bunch of explosives and hacks in the radio.
Two of her friends, he had the one girlfriend who's just kind of this would be the nag to the guy. The guy friend is I guess his dad works at the mine, I think it was. So he got working on explosive guy. So he got a bunch of explosives. So the way to save the town was a terroristic attack on the power line, which
barely.
And then the girls who's in the I think the news club, or I think it was, who gonna go for the PA and say everyone evacuate so I can gone wrong.
To an area that Taki knew that was a safe place.
Yeah,
so
the one place that wasn't destroyed. Yeah, so they do domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
And it worked for the most part, but the government. Her dad's also the mayor of the town.
Mm-hmm.
So
which comes into like the story later
we should talk about like the whole thing that people still talk like the
idea that
the family thing.
Yeah, this is something I read that I was really blown away with because it didn't really cross my mind.
I kind of figured it out. I think you're going, but you didn't know, until I
said
I
didn't think about it in the way that I read it. Like so the whole thing is
during when she wakes up the day of, the grandmother realizes it's not her.
Yeah, it's Taki in Mitsuha's body.
When she says like it's a family thing where like her mother and the grandmother had that happen to him before with.
Yeah, it seems like it's like through the women of the family. It's like an ability they have, but they kind of remember it, but they kind of forget about it.
They know what happened, but they don't like too much. Or at least the grandmother seems to be the wise old sage.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And I can't remember if she says it, but there's something about like saving. Like she says, like it's the idea that I was reading is like this power is used to save the woman from dying, and what happened was Mitsuha's father, or whatever her name is, the main girl's father.
Mayor.
Yeah, the mayor. He wasn't able to. He experienced it with the mom. With the mom, and he wasn't able to save her.
You get a flashback of her in the hospital. I thought the mom died of like a disease or something.
Yeah, but I think
like, how are you gonna save her from a disease?
He could have, if it went back in time, he could have been like, "Hey, get checked for breast cancer. You're gonna die of breast cancer."
You don't know about breast cancer though.
It could have been anything. It might have headcanon as breast cancer, but so. It's established that he knows about the power at least. Yeah. Because if we're assuming,
or he forgot about it, but then like kind of was like reminded of, because he kind of seen his eye, kind of was reminded of it, or like when he like grabbed her by he grabs him by the saying that you got and like get everyone out.
Yeah. When
and then he kind of realized that it wasn't his daughter.
Yeah. And then which is actually like when I thought about it first, I was like, oh, it's kind of weird that he just had a weird change of heart. Like in Persona, as if he had his heart stolen. No, but it was like really, actually pretty neat how they set that up. It was pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it's like you gotta pay attention to little things, which is the kind of a neat thing to do. So other than he saves. Yeah, because he gets a report that the town was saved, and like no one died somehow.
Yeah, everyone was safe.
Everyone lived.
No one was sleeping. No one was.
Kind of bullshit on there, but it's fine. And then it goes to like 2 years, like back to the time, or 3 years later, or after Taki's time, or like 2 or 3 years after his time.
I think it was 2 years after Taki, because it was 5 years. I think it was 5 years had passed.
5 years, okay. But,
yeah, that was.
Okay, so the last 15 minutes of movie or 30 minutes, you don't know when it could end at any time.
Yeah, it was really rough because I didn't know this until after the fact, but the director who wrote this, whose name slips me, whatever.
Which would have edited in very not gonna be like this guy.
the director of these movies is known for making similar movies with like high drama.
Yeah,
with
like Grave of the Fireflies.
Horrible, like depressing endings.
Grave of the Fireflies, for example.
Yeah.
You're not sure if they're gonna make it in time, or they never, because they get he has eye to eye at the end. He's with her, and you're not sure if they're gonna meet or just ignore each other.
There's so many they pass each other, or it's all these close encounters.
So they kind of keep walking, but
and you're just, your heart the whole time is your heart's getting squeezed. You're like, I need them to see each other. The best part was when they were on two trains going different ways, and they see each other in the windows, and they're just knocking on the window. They can't write anything down. They can't say anything to each other.
So it was just you don't know until the end. Kind of breaks your heart if you're going to.
It was kind of refreshing because sometimes you after the climax, especially the climax with the whole explosion and the power station, you're like, okay, the ending's gonna be 5 minutes, and then it's no, there's a decent amount of time where it settles into their
there's still 30 minutes
lives.
After that. Their lives, how the friends, the friend, cause he has her two friends that were kind of helped her, and then he had his two friends, the coworker, the one coworker and his one friend who both help him.
Yeah.
So, you find out the end the friends end up with each other and everything, and I don't know, you just
there was a lot of nice little background things, and I love the ending, how it was them running towards each other asking what's your name, the title of the movie.
I get it. I love when they name drop movies.
That was
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Some kind of your name.
What's your name? I just loved it. Just thinking about the ending fills me with such a happy emotion. Like after I saw this for a few days, I just had this like aura of happiness and like I was like obsessed with this movie. I don't know dear viewer, I don't know if you ever have this feeling. It's like you feel it in your heart after you see something you really like. You read a book you really love, or you watch a movie you really love, and it just sticks with you. And that's how I felt with this. It really stuck with me. I want to see it again so badly.
Like I had a time like have an anime before like broke my heart. I was like, oh, I feel really bad now. But like that was probably my favorite movie of the year though.
I think so. It's a high contender. If I don't know how I'd rate it for the movies last year, but for this year, it's probably going to be my movie of the year.
Definitely. So even if it technically came out last year.
Yeah, that's
why. Persona where it came out like.
That's difficult for me though because.
Persona's about to be my game of the year so far this year.
Yeah, I guess so. I really love Persona.
Yeah, you have your Nier. But,
Nier is really great. I love Nier. I loved what Nier did, more than like I didn't love the minute to minute of Nier. Like I didn't love the combat so much. But yeah.
Like I think best movie ever.
Oh, so good. If you haven't seen the movie, while you listen to this, go watch it. I hope you didn't get spoiled by our stupid review.
You can probably find if it's not in theaters anymore, you'll probably find it like
the internet's a big place.
Internet's a big place. If when it comes on DVD, definitely buy it though.
I'm probably gonna get this.
Throw your money.
This is a great movie, as Sam says, like a date night. It's a great movie to show your mom. This is a great movie.
If any movie that people judge like why you watch anime or anything, this is a great movie to like get that. It's the body swap thing, but just like everything else about it is so good. It has a little bit of everything. It has romance, it has time travel, like the weird like sci-fi time travel kind of thing.
Yeah.
It has for the animation lovers, it has the beauty of it.
Beautiful Sakuga. I'm surprised I haven't seen more And I'm surprised I haven't seen more of it from this because there's some really beautiful things.
So if somehow you're listening to the spoilers, just like a lot of stuff we left out, obviously, but like it's for the better. Just go see it.
It's such a great movie. I was never like bored by it.
We were worried because movies get like a lot of hype like that usually tend to disappoint, but like this one lived up to expectations and more.
It exceeded my expectations actually. I didn't.
We saw the sub too. We didn't get to see the dub, so we don't know how the dub is. We can't really say anything about that.
One thing I read that was interesting. There's one scene in the beginning where she misuses her female pronoun.
Yeah.
And apparently in the American version, she says like girl or whatever. She refers to herself as a girl because that's a kind of a joke you can't really do in English at least. But it was neat. But there was definitely like we talked about that a little bit about how it was Japanese and like the dialect of her because she lived out in the country and her dialect like came through and she spoke as him.
People said that they did it with that.
Oh really?
I heard something about like they did something with the dialect too.
That's interesting. I would like to watch it dubbed just so that it can focus more on the visuals of it.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie. I mean, the acting was awesome. It's hard to judge acting in another language, though.
Yeah, I don't know how Japanese acting compared to American acting. Alright, so anything else? Any other thoughts, opinions?
There's something else I wanted to bring up. There was an article that came out where someone was saying how this movie is like the death of the otaku, and how anime isn't just an otaku thing anymore because it has like wide range appeal. Yeah. But that's not entirely true because there's been movies like this before. But I think that this is really gonna like change how anime is viewed.
I hope so. It got snubbed for Academy Award.
Yeah, that was really stupid. I was wondering if they'll, because it didn't really get a US release here, or if it'll be this year.
Zootopia, the winner of the Oscars.
This by far, I love this movie. Zootopia was a great movie in its own right, and it's Disney, so it's gonna get chosen regardless for the Oscar.
This one changed anime. That one like changed furry community.
To be fair, Zootopia did have a lot of really bold political messages that Disney never does. It's crazy.
But the thing everyone took out of that movie was look how hot this rabbit is.
She is adorable. I'm not gonna say she's hot, but she's a very cute little rabbit.
It made people into furries for some reason.
Yeah. There was actually...
creepy going to a convention and see how many furry people there are now.
No, that's gross. I don't want to see humans dress up like a rat. I just want to see like little pictures of her.
I want to see rabbits dressed up as rabbits.
I want to see rabbits cosplaying as Judy Hopps.
As humans.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Like, instead of fursuits, it's like skin suits.
Like Attack on Titan kind of suit. I would love that.
I guess that's really it, though. What I was saying, like, if you wanted to recommend a movie similar to it, I can't really think of anything. I saw someone on the internet compare it to the movie The Girl That Leapt Through Time.
I heard good things about that one.
It's a pretty solid movie. It's got a very similar tone and like it's kind of like a good movie to show your mom. Like it's got the good it has like a little bit of sci-fi and it's a fun concept.
Like animation-wise,
it's really
like Sword we watched Sword of the Strangers. That was like amazing.
Yeah, I
like
haven't seen
fight,
that
like
yet.
animation, like which you should watch that.
Yeah,
one.
I've heard that one's really good. That's like one of the
One
few.
of the best like
ones I'm
end fights I've
embarrassed I
ever
haven't seen.
seen animated. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's like legendary. I've heard so much about it.
And but yeah, like, other than that, like I kind of like I don't want another like field trip for anime for a while. I'm not gonna watch like Grave the Fireflies or anything like that. But like
I kind of do. Like after watching this, I'm really curious. I'm kind of hesitant to watch 5 centimeters per second because I've heard it's not like super engaging. It kind of drags in the middle, but I do want to watch Grave the Fireflies someday and cry my eyes off.
Oh God. But any other thoughts, opinions you want to give?
No, I guess
Are
that's
we all
it.
good?
Yeah, we're not gonna do the what we've done this week episode because
it's bonus. You know,
bonus.
Bonus episode. Your name's special. Your bonus. Your neon. I don't know, some kind of name we can play good makeup. We'll edit it in.
Your neon.
Your neon. Or Kimi no
Nawa. Kimi no Nawa. I'll write something.
You'll edit it.
Yeah, edit in post.
Yeah, put it in post. Yeah, just very nonchalantly, or get like the Microsoft Sam or something to put it in there.
Microsoft Sam.
Yeah, but I guess that's it then, right?
All right. Yeah.
Go see this movie, people.
Definitely go see it. I can't wait to see it again. I'm probably gonna watch it again after that.
Again and again.
Again and again. I really love this movie. I don't normally rate things, but this is like a 10 out of 10 for me.
Same. Movie. A lot of times don't leave lasting impressions like that, but that one did.
Yeah, as I said, it was like that's all I thought about for like 2 days.
All right, so I guess that's been the Nyancast then.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I get your joke now. The bonus.
Yeah,
Nyan.
You gotta make a name.
Oh, I get it. All right.
That's Jim. I'm Sam. See ya. You get nothing.
Bye, guys.
You get nothing.